Welcome to my camper at the Jersey Shore. In today's video, we are going to be transforming this camper into a beach-themed cozy getaway. If you're new here, hi, my name's Nissa and I make videos about motherhood and homemaking. I'm a thrifter and a DIYer and a mama of 3 little kids. I'm starting this transformation on a Thursday morning when I have my kids with me, so I'm getting them started on a craft so that I can get started on this camper. Thankfully, we have a sunroom built onto the camper, so I can keep the kids out there while I am in here to get started. The first thing I really wanted to do in here was remove these curtains and the wooden valances over top of the windows. Our camper is a 2019 Catalina Legacy Edition and we've had it for 3 years. While it's not a very old camper, the patterns in it are just a little funky and I don't love the tan walls on them, so my plans are to switch out all the curtains in here and paint the walls white. I found some coverings to put over these seat cushions. We actually did used to have a couch in here that matched the same cushions around the dinette. However, my cat destroyed it because the covering on these is just like a cheap plastic and it's already peeling off on the dinette cushions. So I have a Amazon solution to make them look cuter, and this way I can just throw them in the wash whenever they get dirty. A lot of the decor that I am going to use in this camper I actually found thrifting or at the dollar store and a few things on Amazon. Because I am a mama of 3 and I do have the kids home with me full time, I feel like my pockets of time are very limited. So I'm going to leave the cabinets the way they are and just focus on painting these walls. I watched so many videos on how to paint the walls of a camper because these walls are kind of like a plastic lining almost. It is a wallpaper, but it's very plasticky and it can get very humid in here in the summer, and I feel like moisture can collect on the walls. It's very common for like mildew to build up. So you need to treat like camper walls almost like a bathroom, and I was just overwhelmed at how many steps you need to take to prep walls for a camper. Every single video I watched said that you needed to prime the walls, and I decided to make a bold decision and skip that step. Mainly because I just really don't have the time to do that. So if you are limited on time as well, you definitely want to listen to the steps that I took to prep these walls, because I only had to paint them 3 times and I feel like they are holding up amazingly now a week later. I did buy a small little spackle container and some 80 grit sand sponges. I'm just going to go ahead and sand these holes down and then fill them in. Because we are here at the camper, I don't have all of the tools that I normally would have at my house, so sadly I have to use a spoon to fill in these holes, but you know what, I got the job done. Now I'm just going to remove anything that I have up on the walls, and then I'm going to go ahead and sand them all down with my 80 grit sponge. Once I had the walls completely sanded, I am going in with this TSP, and I had a little helper experimenting with the tape measure. I just had to show you guys this, but here's just a better view if you wanted to take a picture and see what I'm using. I'm just going to spray the walls down and then wipe them with a microfiber cloth. This product will literally remove any of the dirt and grease that is on the walls. Here I just wanted to show you how much dirt was dripping down after I sprayed them. Moving on to paint, I chose the color Crisp Cotton by Sherwin-Williams. I wanted a white that was going to be clean looking but on a bit of a warmer side. I'm using the Infinity paint in a satin, which is the highest quality you can get from Sherwin-Williams, along with 3/8" nap rollers and a 2" angle paintbrush. Again, we had to improvise since I'm here at the camper, so a spoon is coming in handy once again to open this can of paint. Now we've all painted before, so I'm just going in and cutting around all the edges, and then I'm going to go ahead and roll the paint on. I originally avoided painting the yellow plastic trim around the door, but I did come back later and painted over it. I was just nervous at first that the paint wasn't going to hold there, but it so far is holding up pretty well, and I'm glad that I did it. Because I am a mama, I did end up having to stop and start a few times, and I ended up finishing this late at night. I also wanted to share with you that I did paint the ceiling of these bump outs. Moving on to the following day, I thrifted this shelf and I wanted to spray paint it white and put my spices on it next to my stove. I love that it has a little fish cutout at the top. I feel like it's the perfect little touch for a beach themed camper. And I'm using the Rust-Oleum Gloss Enamel Protective Paint. I wanted to go in with a gloss because I'm going to be touching this spice rack probably multiple times a day whenever I'm cooking, and it's definitely going to receive a lot of traffic. I also did end up needing to put 3 coats of paint on this shelf as well. I'm just showing you, this is where I was envisioning it. I feel like it was literally made for this spot. It's the perfect size. My husband volunteered to hang it up for me, so I went ahead and let him do that. Now we are going to move on to transforming the backsplash of this kitchenette. I bought 2 packs of this wall deco peel and stick tile, and I'm going to remove the old tile that was up here. This actually was real tile. I was very surprised. I thought it was peel and stick, but it was totally like a stone glass when I was taking it off, and it seemed like they just stuck it on to like sticky paper to put it up. It was so satisfying finally taking this old backsplash down. I felt like it was so awkward looking because it only covered a small little area, so I'm very happy to see it go. Because my husband finally joined us at the camper, he has a work truck and he had a spackle knife on his truck that I was able to use to scrape off all this glue. I didn't feel like it was necessary to make this look perfect. I just wanted to make sure that it was a flat surface to put the new peel and stick tile up on. Once I scraped off all this glue, I went back in with the TSP and wiped down the walls. Here's what the peel and stick tile looked like. It's very shiny and it has like kind of a bubbly texture to it. I will say this was a very tedious job and kind of tested my patience a little bit. However, I definitely would do it again considering the transformation it made. While I was putting the peel and stick tile up, my husband helped me put the curtain rods up for the curtains. Sadly, the curtains hadn't come yet by this point, but I did still want to just get the rods up so that that step would be out of the way. I also wanted to hang a fresh curtain over the window by the sink, and I got these really ruffly curtains. It's like a valance, I think. I got it off Amazon and it just reminds me of like waves and mermaids for some reason. I love it. And I don't know if you remember earlier in the video, but I had my cutting boards hanging up in this spot. But now I am going to put up this little boho hook thing that I got from Ollies Bargin outlet, and I'm going to hang my small cutting board on it and a little basket that I thrifted to put garlic in. I found this adorable scallop shelf at the Dollar General for only $6, so I bought 2 of them, and my husband is again going to hang them up for me in this little spot. I also found these little stems for $1 and this vase for $3, and I'm going to put it in the vase and then put them on the shelf. Shout out to my husband's mom. Hi mom, if you're watching. I'm putting your little birds here on these shelves. My mom, well, she is my husband's, but I call her my mom also. She recently just moved and she had a like beach themed sunroom at her old house, and it gave us a ton of her old decor. And then my son Cooper built this sailboat and painted it, and I wanted to keep it safe on the shelf. If you're new to my channel, I am a cancer survivor and try to clean with as non-toxic products as possible, so I like to use cast iron soap for most of my cleaning and for my dishes. So I'm just filling up this soap dispenser. Again, I got from the Dollar General. I thrifted this little tray and I'm putting the soap dispenser on it along with some spray because I have kids and I like to keep my cleaning spray out so that I can always be wiping down surfaces because they make a ton of messes over here. But I also got this vase from the Dollar General for $3, and I thrifted this grass that I put inside of it. There was a little bent piece of grass that I didn't like, so I went ahead and cut it. I also thrifted this little olive oil jar, at least that's what I'm using it for, and I think it's the perfect size for this camper counter. I just wanted to show this little flower that my son painted for me for Mother's Day, and I'm going to put it on this shelf just so I can always look at it. I got this spoon rest also from the Dollar General, and I switched out our old drying rack for this new one that I got from Ollies. I like that it's like seafoam green, and I thrifted this vase with the pampas grass in it. I found these adorable seashell chip clips from Ollies and I thought that I could put them on my fridge, but I was very surprised to find out that my fridge was not magnetic, so I put them on my hood instead. I found this mat also at the Dollar General for $10 and I put another mat out by the door that was also $10. I thrifted this little dog bowl. I like dog bowls that are like one full piece or in like a tray so that way you don't have multiple dishes just sitting around on the floor. I'm now going to take these command hooks and put them on my door and hang up this tapestry that used to be my dad's that has a Bible verse on it. There's another one that I'm going to put on the bathroom door, and I just feel like they go with the camping and beach theme very well. I'm so grateful my curtains finally came. I got a notification that they weren't going to come for a few more days and I started panicking, and then they showed up that day. I ended up putting them on with the ruching at the top and decided I didn't like them like that, so I ended up taking the curtains down and switching them upside down and putting them in the bottom, if that makes any sense. If I had to go back and rebuy curtains, I think I would have bought sheer curtains instead of blackout ones, since we already have the blinds in here, and these blackout curtains are just a little bulkier for this space than what I was going for. The seat covers finally arrived and I am so excited to cover up these black cushions. I did realize that these came in a 2-pack and they identified as one being for the back and one being for the bottom cushion. I ended up putting them on backwards at first, but I finally figured it out. On the other side of this wall is our shower head, so I'm using a command strip instead of a nail to hang this mirror up, and this is the last thing that I did in this camper. I'm so happy with how it turned out. Here's just a reminder of what it looked like before. If you made it this far in the video, I hope you consider liking and subscribing. Alright, God bless.